right, we are back at almost exactly the 20-minute mark for the Pink Tribe's Tribal Council. They are filing in now, so we are going to go ahead and take them in as they come on down the way here. Pink Tribe coming on in.
I'm sick of this place.
All right.
We have to stop meeting under these circumstances. Alright, well, welcome back, unfortunately. The third time for you guys. I want to give you guys some credit. That was a really hard challenge to the runners. Katie, Waylon, Alejandro, Angela. That was, you guys kicked butt running. I mean, that was very impressive, very tough to do. Put it all on the line. Unfortunately, you guys are here. I have to ask, Angela, after a certain point, you know, you're voting and you have your alliances. At what point do alliances go out the window and winning a challenge, you know, comes first?
I think every challenge it comes first. I don't think anybody here isn't trying 100% as with every other challenge that we've competed in. We've just fallen like ever so short. We were off by one letter. It wasn't the runner's fault. It wasn't the word maker's fault. It just happened, and we just seem to be on that wrong side of the luck.
Patrick, you received a couple votes at the last tribal council.
Yep.
What kind of conversations did you have? I saw even before the challenge started, you guys were back into your duos.
We decided to do our
around.
duos. Just
Did some duos early. So what kind of conversations did you have? I mean, how did you get to the bottom of something like that?
You just talk to people and hope that they're telling you the truth. You know, I feel pretty confident in the conversations I had. I kind of feel like I know where the votes came from and why. And that's it. I mean, if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. But you just, at a certain point, you just got to trust that the people who you're talking to are telling you the truth.
Sure. Well, Becca, we got the thunder and lightning at the end of that tribal the last time when Logan put on that show. What does that do to your tribe when you go back? What do you say? I mean, was that something you guys were aware that was going to happen, or how does that is that a bomb that was dropped?
I think we all went back feeling pretty deflated. I think our heads hurt. Yeah, I don't. It obviously was a bomb for people who didn't vote that way, so that's hard to deal with for sure. So, especially you brought up a good point in the last tribal, so it was worth taking into consideration about all that, how we break off and stuff. So.
Alejandro, no secret, your numbers are dwindling. Are you guys looking ahead to a swap scenario or something like that? I mean, what do you guys think your long-term plan after this? You're gonna have five of you guys. I mean, what is your long-term plan with that 5?
I think all of us, whichever 5, will stay together, right? I think we all really genuinely care for each other, we really like each other, and respect each other. I think at this point, personally, I'm hoping for a swap. I think we can still win some challenges. I just don't want to risk it. I want to be able to have as many people in that swap as we can and just kill it at that point, right? Because while I think we have all the skills and we've proven that we can win challenges, I just don't want to take a risk. I'm done with this. It's just not worth it at this point, and I just want to make sure that as many of us can make it to the next stage, and get one of us to get that W at the end and get that money to our charities.
Waylon, I feel like you guys are doing these duo conversations a lot. You guys are pairing off. How can you tell when someone's telling you the truth? Have you been able to tell, hey, this person's giving me, it's all phony, or this person's honest? I mean, do you feel, at this point, you guys have known each other for 36 hours, close to that? I mean, how are you feeling about reading these people?
You almost take everything everybody says with a grain of salt, because we are playing a game. But I think the amount of times you are talked to by people is very significant as well. The substance is significant as well too, because there are times where you walk up to somebody and you just engage in small talk or something more mundane. I think context and the content of the conversation really reflects the honesty from both parties.
And Katie, Alejandro was talking about wanting a swap and kind of thinking about, shrinking your group. What makes a good tribe member moving forward in that type of scenario? What kind of qualities are you looking for, and do you feel like you fit into that? Do you feel like other people here are fitting into that?
I think somehow I was put on an original tribe with amazing people, and we really connected. And of course, I'd love to win the game. If you don't say that, or you even playing Survivor, but I'm at this point would be happy with any pink person winning the game. So I think a swap would help that happen because we are dwindling, and I want to make sure that we have pink numbers and we can reunite whenever that is. And I think we're all have a little social butterfly in us, and we can go and make good connections and try to figure out a way to get green out and combine with blue. So I'm hoping that whichever 5 stick together right now, I hope I'm included in that, and I hope that we can all come back together when shit hits the fan later in the game.
Okay. Angela, the first tribal, it seemed like it was easy for you guys. Second tribal was chaos. What do you feel like the third tribal is going to be?
I think it's going to be easier than the last one, but I think this is a hard one. This is a really hard vote for, I think, every person here.
Okay. Well, you guys look really sad right now, so I'm sorry. Anyone have any final words? No? All right. I'm starting on the left. We're going to start with you, Angela, first
Awesome.
vote.
All right, the first of 6 pink players is now going to vote. We'll just step away as the voting happens. And we'll come back once they've all voted. But in the meantime, we'll just have a little discussion about what we just heard. So I'm just going to come away from the tribal council so we can have a little chat. Okay, so, all right, lots going on. So it sounds like the pink tribe is kind of back to their, okay, sorry, just kind of checking, making sure there's no other players. So it looks like pink tribe is trying to go back to that, we're all one kumbaya thing after the madness of the last round. A lot of people emphasizing that whichever 5 get voted out will go ahead and stick together, which is very interesting to say to a tribe that had someone still in the game left out of a vote. Sounds like, from what I've gathered, Waylon left out of the vote last time when Logan left. And so it is interesting to hear, to see if it's not Waylon that goes home right now. They must really be trusting that even though Waylon was, blindsided last vote, that he'll stay in the fold and stay pink strong. So a very interesting risk to take. We do know that I think it was Brandon possibly overheard Katie and Waylon the water cooler before the tribal council, and Katie telling Waylon we're good. So it could definitely be another blind side. Waylon could have been scooped up by a group and someone else could be getting the door. But obviously, again, not anything too explosive at the tribal. Everyone with that kind of uneasiness of we're gonna be a group, but like, are they really after that whole disaster? But I guess we will be finding out shortly. Let's see what else is going on. So Alejandro, now the only one with an idol on the pink tribe. A lot of people saying that Alejandro is looking stressed, looking nervous, wondering, of course, if he's going to end up playing the idol this round after seeing Logan go home with one in his pocket. I do not know if he will want to play it to avoid going home in the same fashion, but that will be interesting to see. I think there are a couple names that have been going around this time, maybe I guess, I assume if, you know, Katie is telling Waylon that he's good, so clearly there's at least a decoy name going around, if not an actual name. So, yeah, but I'm excited yet again. As the numbers keep dwindling down, it's getting more exciting to see what ends up happening, but of course it's also getting a little bit more devastating as these players are spending more and more time together and really strengthening the bonds, especially given that we're pretty close to you know, the end of today, and making it through this day means you get a whole other you know, night in the game and a way to kind of finagle your way. But yeah, so we will see what happens. Angela gave an interesting answer talking about weighing challenge strength versus alliance and trust strength as well, but I couldn't really tell if that was like a misunderstood question or what, because she seemed to insinuate that you always think about you know, challenge strength and tribe strength and not alliance strength, but I don't know if that's actually what she meant. But I don't know, I guess we'll see shortly. So I'm gonna, I think, head back over. One final person has to vote. So we're gonna go ahead and head back over to Tribal and find out what shakes out. Is Waylon gone? Is Alejandro using an idol? Is someone completely different getting a blind side? Like, we're only moments away and it's pretty crazy to not know what's gonna happen. I don't know, I was so nervous the last Tribal where I didn't know what was happening, the last pink Tribal, and so I'm getting a little nervous again, and I'm sure the players are nervous as well. For anyone just tuning in, the last person is voting, and we'll be finding out who will be this next person in pink to go, leaving them down to just 5 people. All right, Becca coming back. Well, so the last person has voted.
All right, I'll go get the votes.
All right, off to that familiar sight of Cameron going to collect the votes. My God, Jazzy cranking up the music now. And now we wait. Just waiting on the vote to be tallied. One of these 6 players before you about to be voted out. All right, and we'll be finding out who that is very soon. Cameron coming back down the way. The voting urn coming up behind him.
Okay. Anybody has a hidden immunity idol and would like to play one, now would be the time to do so. All right, you know the drill. Once the votes are read, the decision is final. The person will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. First vote, Waylon. Second vote, Patrick. 1 vote Waylon, 1 vote Patrick. Third vote, Patrick. That's 2 votes Patrick. Fourth vote, Patrick. That's 3 votes, Patrick. Fifth vote, and the 6th person voted out of Can You Survive 2021, Patrick. Sorry, grab your torch.
Okay. You can give a hug. Nice job.
Patrick, Travis spoke.
Give him hell, guys. Nice game. Good luck. Good luck. Hope you guys too.
All right, we're just gonna follow Patrick down the way here to get some last words from him. Yeah, we're just gonna keep going.
I know.
These are getting harder and harder, y'all.
It is. All right, that's good, Patrick.
All right, yeah, so you can, if you'd like to drop your stuff, you're welcome to if you want to take it. So, oh, Patrick, I'm gonna cry. So devastating.
I could feel it. I could feel it. I knew it. I knew it had turned, and I could tell by the way that everyone was like taking a long time to vote. And I could tell. I actually could see Angela's handwriting on the parchment below mine, so I saw my name and I was like, I'm out. That's it. So, my fault. Completely my fault. I way overplayed the last round. Way overplayed. I was getting along with everybody. I had alliances with everybody, and I got caught with straddling both sides of the fence. I made the mistake I told myself not to make. Right?
Oh,
Because
no.
this is, the last time I played a game, this is the exact same thing that I did then. Right? I just got in with everybody and was working with everybody and liked everybody, and everyone seemed to like me and everyone wanted to work with me, and then we just lost too many times. We lost too many times. The decision to pick an alliance came too soon. And I found it really hard to lie to these people. You know, so as I was going back and forth, it was just obvious that I was straddling and they just couldn't trust me. I don't blame them. I don't blame them. So they probably made the right move. They probably made the right move. They probably made the right move. I don't blame them at all.
I
don't
love
blame
it.
them at all. It's my own fault. If I had just stuck with the 5 last vote and it just been a straight Logan all the time and I didn't try to, this wouldn't have happened. It would have been Logan and probably Waylon, and that would have been it. You know, but I really liked Waylon. I really got along with him. I wanted to try to make something work with him. You know, I didn't fully trust why Becca wanted Angela to be the one in the 5. You know, like I felt they were close, so I thought if I could make a move work, I would try it. But otherwise, damn, my fault. My fault, but that's okay. That's all right. Last night was very difficult for me, and I'm not sad I don't have to do it again. I'm not sad I don't have to do it again. I am a little sad that I think I just missed out on the next phase of the game. I have a feeling they're about to swap, and I was hoping that would be a reset if I could get through one more vote, you know, with the people. You know, I thought maybe because they had my back last vote, maybe they'd have my back this vote too. But I don't know. It's weird. It's almost easier to take when you know what you did. You know what I mean? Like when you know where you screwed up, where you know, like I've had so many ups and downs here these past 2 days, like and it's been a blast. This has been amazing. I definitely wanted to do better. Last time I played a game, I made early jury. I was hoping to beat, you know, at least meet or exceed that. Obviously, that didn't happen. But I don't know where I was going with that. I'm like, you know, from coming here and blowing that first challenge, like having a lead, you know, handed to me, and then just whipping the ball on that shell puzzle that felt horrible. And as soon you blew it. It's done. You guys are going to vote. You know, this is over. You know, this is done. And then all of a sudden, so we're going to talk to people. People were approaching me. I thought, okay, I recovered. You know, and then, you know, I did really well with the locks today. There were other challenges yesterday, like the storytelling puzzle. I thought, this is awesome. Like, we did really a good job. And today, that win, you know, it's like high and low. Like that, when we won that challenge today, that was euphoric. Like, the highlight of the weekend, for sure, was when we finally, like, just kicked butt in that challenge. That was awesome.
I love it. Yeah, I've been asking everyone what their favorite moment is. Is it safe to say that was
that challenge
yours?
By far. Yeah, and even just sitting around and talking with everybody. This was a great group of people. This was a great group of people. It's why I had such a hard time lying to them. You know, I was scheming too much the last round, and I was being overly honest. I told people exactly what I was thinking and why, because I had a really hard time lying to them, just because we had bonded, you know, and it was much more real than I think. And I'm okay. If I got kicked off because I got along with everybody too well and was too honest with everyone and was trying to be with everyone, I'm okay with that. That's not a bad way to go out. That's not a bad way. I can live with that. I'm sorry to anyone who's watching who I disappointed, who like raised all that money and was so excited. But this was a great adventure. It was really a great adventure. I had a great time.
Yay, we're so glad to hear it. And obviously you got to do and experience so much, and there's so much for you to be proud of. Yeah. What is one thing that you might say you're the most proud about?
That I've never done anything like this before. Ever. I might even get emotional, right? We're tired. That even just a few years ago, like the idea of like, I'm such an introvert usually in my normal everyday life.
Oh my gosh, you're kidding.
I know. Well, this is what being an English teacher in a high school for 12 years will do to you, right? Is that you become more open. And so I've been trying to do more things and saying yes. So I did a 2-day game in Buffalo last year in September, had a blast with it. And so when I heard about this, I thought, you know what? I've never camped outside of a pop-up camper. So lying on the dirt last night in a camp with no fire, with the wet tarp, like right above my nose, that is by far the most challenging thing I've ever done. And I did it, and I could have done more. You know, if I had stayed, I could have done more. So I think I'm just proud for doing it. You know,
Absolutely.
just for stepping out and saying, you know what, give it a shot. And that's what I came in doing. I'm going to try to get along with people as best as I can. I'm going to play the best game I can. I ended up overplaying it, which is the one mistake I told myself not to make, especially before the merger. But it's okay. I just want to do the best I could do, and I'm happy.
Yeah, absolutely. And last question. So you were playing for a really great cause.
Yes.
So this is your time to kind of let all of our viewers know again what that was. Shout them out.
Okay, great. So the organization was the Liverpool High School Adoptive Family. Liverpool High School is where I work. I've been an English teacher there for 10th, 11th, and 12th graders for the last 12 years. I love it. I love the kids. I love the job. I'm super passionate about it. And when I had to decide which charities, there were a few that bounced around in my head. You know, some Syracuse area, I'm from Syracuse, New York, so some Syracuse area ones jumped to mind. But then I really started thinking about it, and I thought, you know what? This is a rare opportunity to give potentially a lot of money to an organization that's not like super well known. So I wanted to be local, and so I decided, what can I do to help the students who sit in front of me every day? Like, instead of like an organization that gets all this money, you know, from like TV ads and stuff, what could it? So 2 of my colleagues, Shannon and Jen, have huge hearts and started this organization called Adopt a Family, Liverpool High School Adopt a Family. And so what they do is every year, especially around Christmas time, they fundraise so they can put together gift packages for students in need. They give them toiletries, they give them gift cards, they give them clothing, they give them all these things that they wouldn't get, especially around Christmas time. And they put together these beautiful gift packages for them. And so I thought, any money I raise here goes to them.
I love that. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you
sharing.
Yeah.
Just so you know, you have a lot of love in the chat. A lot of viewers very proud of
Really?
you.
Oh,
yes,
that's sweet.
yeah, could not be more proud
Sorry,
of
I
you.
blew it,
So
everybody.
no, they're all saying that you
Sorry,
did
I blew it.
you did great, and to not even say that and to not worry about it. So
all
thank
right.
you so much.
Thank you.
So, again, so sorry to see you go,
This
but
is-
you have been absolutely fantastic.
Oh, this is such an impressive organization. All of you guys are doing. The challenges have been a blast, even though we lost most of them. They were still fun, you know. The construction, the production, the crew, everyone's been fantastic. This has been a truly amazing experience, and so I'm really glad I got to be part of it. So thank you for having me.
Me too, of course. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and leave you with the rest of our crew here, and
Okay.
our live stream is going to walk away. But
Thanks.
once again,
Bye, everybody.
Patrick,
Thank you.
everyone.
Thank you. Oh, thank you.
How amazing is he? So sad. He said he was starting to get emotional. I almost got emotional. That was a, big loss. Obviously all of these are hard, but just continue to get harder. And he'd, so hard to, come in with a plan and then not have that plan, be acted on, and then that be the reason that you end up going. So a lot of self-awareness from Patrick, a little bit of self-awareness that we haven't necessarily seen with some of the past vote outs, and so really great to get to hear from him and I don't know why I suddenly can't see myself at all. Sorry. Okay, want to make sure you guys can see me too. But just a really, really great person. You could see, I mean, the devastation on Pink's faces having to vote him out. Alejandro with his, you know, head in his hands, and I think not necessarily because he was worried about votes, but clearly, you know, kind of because he just felt horrible about having to vote Patrick out, is what I'm assuming. And so, you know, clearly they were such a close tribe. I think a lot of Pink has nothing but great things to say about each other. And again, I do not know why. I'm so sorry, y'all. I don't know why I can't see anything. Oh, now here we go. So, yeah, so I think a really sad vote out, but there is more action coming up. We are going to be doing another immunity challenge in a bit. I do not know if we were trying to take a break, like a little bit of a break before the next one, but I am walking us back to camp so that we can find out that information so that you guys will know when to tune into next. So walking back over to our, I keep calling it camp, but it's the production camp. So we're just making our way down the lane here so that I can get you guys an answer. Nick, is Brandon around? Okay. All right, cool. So again, a couple seconds away from finding out. Hey, Brandon. About when do we think the next challenge will be? How many minutes?
Almost done setting it up, so it will be 15 at most.
Okay, so keep your notifications on, stay dialed in. We will see you back here in 15. Till next time.